You know, when like the girls go out for dinner and we're just talking about the most graphic, heinous shit of all time. Yeah, or when like the waiter will come by and you'll be like talking about like fisting and you'll all of a sudden the audio level will go down. You'll be like, ooh, oh my God, did the waiter just hear me say that?
Hi, I'm Nick, and I'm joined by Ashnikko for the latest in Enemies in Conversation series. How's it going today?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. You've launched the new era with a banger of a new single, Itty Bitty. Why was that the right one to start the era with?
I feel like it was the most statement of the new songs, and I feel like it was a really good bridge between the old music and the new music. As you said, yeah, it's like a new era. I feel like my last album was quite dark and brooding and a little bit like fantastical, and this is more rooted in human realm. But there's some mythological elements in there, and I felt like Itty Bitty was, yeah, the perfect bridge.
What is the statement that you're making with the song?
Itty Bitty is about the mysterious, nebulous, exciting space that comes after a breakup. It's about like the erotic possibility of what could happen on a night out with your friends, which I find very, very exciting, especially as we move into spring and summer and the sun comes out and the blossoms bloom. Yeah, it's very sexy. It's about almost like adorning yourself with your fuck me outfit and like the power of that. Like the itty bitty skirt. I feel like for me, the most powerful I've ever felt is when I'm wearing a little itty bitty skirt and I'm like getting ready with my friends and I'm about to go out. It feels like more than just an outfit. It's not, I feel like fashion is such an important part of my own sense of self and my expression, gender, and the itty bitty skirt is the foundation of that for me right now. I feel like I'm always moving in and out of different styles, but right now, it's the itty bitty skirt.
Can it feel like armor for you sometimes, clothing?
Definitely. I think that accessories and pieces of clothing can be almost like amulets. Like me wearing my fuck me outfit is like worshiping at the altar of my own eroticism.
And I guess in a kind of similar kind of way, before you go on stage, wearing a stage outfit is going to help you get into that mindset.
Oh my God, completely. When I feel sexy and confident in myself, I feel like the show is just 10 times better.
How is the new music shaping up in this era? Obviously, this is the first track, and I think there's probably still a way to go. But how does it feel different to Weed Killer?
I think that a lot of my music in the past was very, very fantastical, as I said before, and it felt like I was kind of stepping into this character, this stage persona, and now I feel like frontal lobe fully developed. I kind of am my stage persona. So the music itself is reflecting that. It feels a lot more autobiographical. I think that this music reads more as like diary entries. It reads more as like conversations with friends. You know, when like the girls go out for dinner and we're just talking about the most graphic, heinous shit of all time. Like the other night I went out with my girls and we were just talking about anal for like an hour, but like eating the most gorgeous meal. It's kind of that conversation with your girls.
I think I saw.
Do you have those conversations with your girls?
I have had those conversations, and
yeah,
it's kind of wild what can come out after
it's
a couple
important.
of drinks.
It's really important. I think it's really important for my mental health to have a really graphic conversation in public with my friends. Yeah.
At a kind of an audio level that not everyone can hear. Yeah. Or
Oh no.
you want them to hear.
Honestly, sometimes my audio level is for everybody. Yeah, or when like the waiter will come by and you'll be like talking about like fisting, and you'll all of a sudden the audio level will go down. You'll be like, oh my God, did the waiter just hear me say that? Yeah, just for example. We weren't talking about that.
Probably be the waiter's favorite table that night after hearing
I
that.
hope so. I hope so. Yeah, good conversation piece.
Is it exciting to be putting out music that feels more autobiographical, or is that nerve-wracking as well because you are sharing more of yourself?
I feel like every time I'm moving into campaign, I mean, yeah, putting yourself out there is always really daunting. And it's like painting a target on your back. And there's always like a little bit of a moment where I have to brace myself and just expect the worst. Yeah, I mean, like taking something that is extremely personal and then kind of moving it into a place of being consumed by other people and the meaning of it being not misconstrued, because I think the beautiful thing about music is that people can attach their own meanings to it. But sometimes I don't love the meanings that they attach to it. Those are not the meanings I have attached to them. But yeah, I think that that is just something that I have accepted and submitted to. But yeah, it's really daunting, especially when the stories are more autobiographical.
I guess that's the thing, as soon as you share music with the world, it's no longer just yours, it's kind of everyone's.
Yeah. And I think that's so beautiful. Like my favorite music soundtracked eras of my life, really important moments for me growing up, really formative years. And yeah, I can look back at my life and kind of track the history of my growth through what I was listening to at the time. So I think it's really beautiful. And I feel like super honored that I get to do that for other people. And I hope that this music can soundtrack some very important moments in people's lives.
Is there any kind of formative music from your youth that you've gone back to recently as kind of inspiration for what you're doing now?
All the time. I mean, I feel like my music is massively inspired by the very powerful women that I grew up listening to. Because for me at the time, I was like, these women are so unapologetic and like portraying a certain like sexual liberation and autonomy that I was not familiar with where I grew up. And so, yeah, they're like massive icons for me in my life. And I'm always going back and listening to like Gwen and MIA and Missy and Nicki Minaj and Bjork. Just, yeah, Gaga. Like it's a constant rotation of icons.
I feel like when you're younger, pop stars can almost seem like superheroes.
Oh my God, absolutely.
Like Spice Girls, to me, that was like
Yeah.
my Marvel universe in a way.
Yeah. No, completely. Yeah, like I've said this before, that I didn't start listening to any male musicians until I was in my late teens. I was just like, I think I really, at the time, if I were to go back and like psychoanalyze, I just really needed these like older sister role models. And that's what they were to me. Yeah, they were my superheroes for sure.
Yeah, and the amazing thing about sort of a lot of female artists, especially in the pop realm, is they can show kind of strength and femininity at the same time.
Yeah.
These things can go hand in hand, which is
exactly
important to see, I think.
Yeah, I think that it's important to see that a human can be incredibly multifaceted and can play around with femininity and masculinity, and that is all encompassed in the same person. I think that's something that I portray in my music and hope comes across.
Is your songwriting process any different this time around? Are you someone who goes into a session with a lot of ideas already, like voice notes or lyrics, or do you prefer to be totally you don't like to be totally spontaneous and see what happens?
I mean, sometimes lightning strikes and something beautiful just comes out of thin air, but I go into the studio with, like, most of the time I know what the song title is, and then I work backwards. Yeah, I make just copious amounts of notes all the time, constantly. So when I am in the studio, I have just words, so many words and little like fragments of poetry just things that I'm enjoying. I also like looking at mood boards when I'm writing. So I'll look through my album mood boards and just write the things I see and then kind of incorporate it into the lyrics. But yeah, I think my songwriting process has become way more immersive. I'm like doing like little writing exercises in the studio, almost like I'm in a creative writing class. I do like, what's it called? What's it called when you have like a word and then you...
Like word association or something.
Yeah. I do a lot of word association in the studio, and that really helps. But yeah, I'm trying to incorporate new little games for myself.
At this point, do you prefer to work with collaborators that you know well, or are you still open to working with new people? Because I always find that interesting that artists kind of sometimes go into a room with someone they barely know and then have to kind of spell out something really personal.
Yeah, I find that really hard because I think that making music is so personal and writing music is very intimate. Like you have to have chemistry with someone, like a creative chemistry with someone to write good music. I mean, some people are capable of writing good music with people they don't know, but that is not a social skill that I possess at all. I feel like I have to really know someone. Like I have to know that someone would actually be a friend before I can really open up to them. My main collaborator, Slinger, I've been working with since I was 18. And it took us like 2 years to write a good song.
Wow.
So yeah, we have like an almost psychic creative relationship. But yeah, that's my longest running collaborator. But I am super open to working with new people if it's right. I work with songwriters, some really good friends of mine. I love how music is collaborative. I think that's the most beautiful part about writing music, is that it's collaborative. I'm super lyrical, so no one touches my lyrics. But yeah, I love just like being in a room, telling the story to someone and bouncing ideas off each other.
You mentioned mood boards. Is there a mood board for this era, and can you share what's on it?
Yeah, I've been mood boarding for about 2 years on this project. But now we're really digging in, and we're like moving into doing all the visual world and shooting the album cover and everything. But yeah, so on the mood board we have like archival Vivienne Westwood and Dior, Jean-Paul Gaultier. We have like Fruits magazine, Japanese street style. We have anime. We have trinkets. We have like dreamcore and like surrealist painters, and it's just an amalgamation of everything that appears in my dreams.
It sounds like fashion is a huge part of what this era will be, which is what you were saying earlier with Itty Bitty.
Definitely. I think that now that the music exists more in the human realm, I think there's more of a space for fashion to play a role.
We're obviously in London today, but for a good chunk of February and March, you were on tour in Australia with Billie Eilish. What was that experience like?
I love Australia. We had such a good time. We were like having the best time ever, just climbing waterfalls and going on hikes and eating good food and playing these shows. And yeah, it was incredible. I mean, so Billie plays 4 shows in each city. So it was the chillest, dreamiest support tour of all time. And Billie was so kind, and her team was so nice, and the fans were so welcoming. It was just like, I've done support tours in the past that were kind of a nightmare, and this was like from heaven. It was so good. We had such a good time.
Why can they be a nightmare?
I feel like for me it's just like a lack of control, you know? It's not your stage. It's not your fandom. You know, I have OCD, so I love to be in control of everything, but it was great. I loved it.
With the support slot, you maybe have 7, 8 songs to kind of make an impact. Is that kind of stressful as an artist that you can't do a full set?
Yeah, I mean, you're going in front of people who most of them don't know you, and you're trying to win them over a little bit. So there is that element which can be quite daunting. But they were so sweet. Her fans are so lovely. Yeah, everyone was so silly. nice. So it was an easy job.
What made this a support slot you wanted to say yes to? Did you feel like yours and Billie's music kind of works well together? Did it feel like synchronicity in a way?
I mean, Billie's like one of the most prolific artists of all time. Her songwriting is so inspiring. I was watching her show like night after night, being like, how did she think of this? This is so incredible and so emotive, like crying, listening to the greatest, and like she's just so fucking good. Yeah, it was so inspiring, especially like me moving into finishing this album. It was really massively inspiring to be around an artist like that.
Were you able to kind of do any writing while you're on tour, or is it two different headspaces?
I have to be in a specific mindset to write. I feel like when I write, I have to do it day after day after day, like a 9 to 5. And I have to be very comfortable and in my specific environment of home comforts. So yeah, it's hard for me to get into the space where I can write on tour. Maybe one day. I know some people like ride on the tour bus, but I've never done that.
That seems to me would be, I mean, all the stuff going on the tour bus, trying to then think of ideas, that sounds quite hellish.
I feel like for me, like getting ready for stage it's an hours long process. So I don't have an incredible amount of time on tour for writing. And that's my data collection. That's when I'm like collecting little pieces of inspiration and being a wild and crazy girl so that I can write about it when I get off tour.
What do you like to do when you get off stage? Like, what do you want to do with all the adrenaline that you've probably got pumping at that point?
I feel like I probably should do healthier things like meditate and take a nap and sit in darkness or something. But I think I just like, what was I, on this tour I was really obsessed with those, they're like little dairy milk caramel koalas. And I would come off stage and just like eat loads of chocolate and just debrief with my girls. But yeah, I like to be calm. I'm not really a party girl. After show, I like to decompress and like sometimes take my dog for a walk and just watch TV and like take a bath. But yeah, pretty boring, run of the mill, just like nighttime routine.
Were you able to take your dog to Australia?
Oh no, not on this tour.
Yeah.
But usually she comes with me. She comes on the tour bus because she loves tour. She loves having that much access to attention. She'll like run, like in the morning, she'll wake everyone up. She'll run down the bus and wake up everyone at dog height. And they all go like, she'll like jump in their beds with them and lick them on the face. Yeah, she's an angel. And she loves the tour bus. She's like so sad after tour. She's sadder than anyone else on tour. She has the worst tour blues. She'll like, we'll go home and it's just me and her and she's like, what the fuck is this? She's sad for days.
She almost kind of wants to live on a big commune or something.
She loves it. She loves other people. I am not enough for her. She needs more people. I feel bad. I need to get like 4 more dogs and be in like a 6-person polycule for her to like fully be content, I think. Yeah, we need to like move towards communal living for my dog to be happy.
You have some live shows booked for the summer, including Brighton Pride. Yes. Why was that one you wanted to do?
It's Brighton Pride.
Have you been as a punter in the past?
Yeah. I've like had some wild times at Brighton Pride. Yeah, it's just, I just got to do it. It's so iconic. I'm so excited. Mariah Carey? What the fuck?
Yeah, the lineup is actually incredible this year.
I know. I've had so many friends text me and be like, so babe, we're all going. You're giving me guest list. It's happening. So we've got like a whole crew of girls are going.
Will you be able to enjoy Mariah's performance?
Absolutely. I will definitely be able to enjoy Miss Mariah's performance. That's like, I'm so excited. I'm more excited about her performance than mine. I don't even know what we're doing. I think we're gonna bring some theatrics. But yeah, for me, it's like Mariah's show.
At this point in your career, like, how do you see your purpose as a musician? Has it changed a lot since you sort of came out 9 years ago?
Oh God, 9 years ago, Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. My purpose. Yeah, I mean, I take it way less seriously now. I think before, like, everything I was doing, every interview I was doing, like every shoot I was doing, every song I was putting out was like a make or break for me. It was so stressful. I was like sick with stress for years, especially when I first came out. And now I'm just like, you know, it's not brain surgery. I'm just like doing a job that is inherently joyful, and is meant to create community and bring people together. Like live music is the most like singular, beautiful space where it's like our oldest tradition. We're like singing together, like we're singing the same lyrics together in community with strangers, but then connecting with them through song. Like, oh my God, that's like our most like ancient human ritual. It's so beautiful. And so, yeah, I'm so grateful that I get to do that. I think that the job is just, that's the purpose of it. And I'm just so grateful that I have people who are excited to listen to my music, and who are eagerly awaiting new music. But yeah, my purpose, yeah, I've just been on a journey of finding what it all means to me. I think because sometimes as I get older, my personal ethics kind of go against my career. Like being in the public eye is not super normal or good for you. So for me, it's about finding a comfortable and safe space for me to feel comfortable continuing this job. And yeah, I think it is about being joyful and creating community. That's the most important part for me.
How did you get to a point where putting out each track or each interview wasn't make or break? Was it just a matter of kind of practice, or was there kind of a moment you thought, hang on, I don't need to be tearing myself up over everything at this point?
Well, yeah. To be fair, it didn't start with me tearing myself up. It was like me putting stuff out and just being like ripped to shreds by fucking like incel demons and just little like gremlins on the internet. So yeah, but then I realized that we have this societal disease where we kind of revel in destroying femme artists. It's just like an obsession with ripping them to shreds. And so I'm a lot more chill about it now. I'm like, okay, like I'm just gonna get shit regardless. And so do the other girls. Not that I want them to get that as well, but I'm like, this isn't only happening to me. So it's fine. It really doesn't mean anything to me anymore. I think people go online and they become like a shadow self. They live these like dual lives. There's like a real cognitive dissonance between their real life and like how like their beliefs online through the anonymity of social media. And so I just don't take it seriously anymore, like at all. I think people go online to feel they go and they write horrible shit online to feel some sort of semblance of control over their lives in a world that does not really allow you to have that much control. And so I get it. So I'm just like, good luck on your journey to self-love. And I'm gonna keep making music and being a fucking diva. So y'all have fun.
Why do you think they heap all that negativity on an artist like you? Is it because you project a certain confidence, do you think?
I think that once you stop performing for the male gaze, they take that as a personal attack. Like, how dare you take away your fuckability from me? Like, I know that I'm a little like creature. I'm a little like freak online and in my daily life and on stage. And I think I've taken away some of my fuckability and my palatability. Is that the word? What's another word for that? Yeah, I've taken away a little bit of my fuckability, and it's an attack.
Maybe by taking away that palleability to some people, you've increased it for others though, the people who want to.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's important to experience the full range of human grotesqueness. And I like being a little ugly creature, and I also like being a little sexy diva. And yeah, there's a whole spectrum in between there that I would like to experience and play around with my gender and experience it all. I think that I would like, yeah, the fullness of the human experience is something that I am seeking.
I feel like a certain type of internet grandma will probably not be able to cope with Itty Bitty very well.
No. No, I think that some people are having a hard time grasping it. Yeah, at first I was like, oh, it makes me sad that some people are listening to this and thinking it's just like vapid, like overly sexual music, when in actuality for me it's like a really silly, beautiful conversation between me and my friends, and it's about like eroticism and the possibility of the unknown. How exciting is it to go out and make out with a stranger in a bathroom and like wear your sexiest outfit and kind of adorn yourself in these trinkets and accessories. But you know, however they want to perceive it, they can, because I know what it means to me.
What are your main aims for 2025? Is there anything you really want to kind of get done?
I want to build an incredible live show, like get really theatrical with it. I want to create gorgeous visual art to accompany my album. I want to finish this album. I want to put out this album. Yeah, I just want to make art and create, and also like make art in mediums that are just for me. I feel so creative right now. I think making this music has kind of unlocked something in me. Feels really, really abundant right now.
What do you think that is? Is it because the music's got a certain joy to it? Has that unlocked creativity?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, as I was saying before, like I feel like I was overthinking so much of my career before, and everything was very make or break for me. And now I just give way less of a fuck. So yeah, I feel a lot more chill about it. Not that I don't give a fuck about my career. I'm like immensely grateful that I get to do it, but I give less of a fuck about people not liking it. So very freeing.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.